What happens when the person you love the most starts treating you like a stranger? When the one who once admired you for your success suddenly looks down on you for your failure? In today's story, Nkem faces this harsh reality. His marriage crumbles under the weight of financial loss and outside influences. But what if the answer to saving his marriage wasn't in fixing the problem, but in facing it head-on with a bold move that nobody saw coming? This is not just a story of betrayal, but a tale of wisdom, love, and the power of respect. Stay tuned, because you will soon learn how one man fought not just for his marriage, but for the heart of the woman he loved, using a plan so unexpected, it left everyone shocked. Nkem was a man of great ambition and respect in his community. He wasn't born into wealth, but through hard work and determination, he built a prosperous business. His life was a testament to resilience, and his wife, Adana, was his pride. Together, they made a home filled with love. But like many stories of success, trouble can sometimes come when you least expect it. But before we dive in, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. Marriage is sweet. And I personally welcome you into the family. With that said, let's get started. Nkem's downfall began one fateful day when he made a risky business decision. He had invested heavily in a new venture, one that promised great returns. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. The investment failed, and Nkem lost a significant amount of money. The man who had once been the provider for his family was now struggling. But it wasn't just his financial status that was at stake. His wife, Adana, began to change. It wasn't long before whispers began to spread. Adana's friends, who once admired Nkem's success, began to question him. They told Adana, "Why should you stay with a man who can't even provide for you?" Slowly, these words began to erode the respect Adana had for her husband. She started to look at him with disdain, forgetting the love they had once shared. Adana grew distant, treating Nkem as though he was no longer worthy of her respect. Adana's friends had been a poisonous influence. They filled her mind with thoughts of what she deserved: luxury, status, and a man who could provide it all. It didn't matter that Nkem had loved her, that they had built their life together. They made her believe that her value was tied to money. They had become the voices in her ear, and those voices grew louder with every passing day. But Nkem wasn't the kind of man who would give up on his marriage without a fight. He loved his wife deeply, and despite her changed behavior, he knew something had to be done. He devised a clever plan, one that would force Adana to see the truth and wake up from the influence of her friends. Nkem had a neighbor, Amoka, who was single and very much aware of the tension between Nkem and Adana. Nkem spoke to her one afternoon, explaining his idea. "I need you to help me remind Adana what she's about to lose," Nkem said. "I will make her realize the love she has been taking for granted." The plan was simple. Nkem and Amoka knew the exact time Adana would be returning home. They had been watching the clock. They would sit together, laughing, talking, and getting close, just enough to make Adana see them. Nkem and Amoka carefully positioned themselves on the couch. As the door creaked open, they had the perfect chance to execute their plan. Adana walked into the house, and the first thing she saw was her husband sitting close to another woman. He was laughing, and his hand rested casually on her shoulder. Adana froze in shock, her heart sank as she watched them. She couldn't believe her eyes. How could Nkem do this to her? How could he betray her like this? Adana's emotions swelled. Confusion, anger, guilt, everything rushed through her mind. She dropped her bag, her hands shaking. Tears filled her eyes as she realized what she had done. She had pushed her husband to the brink, treating him like he was nothing when, in reality, he had always loved her. In that moment, she understood. She had been blinded by the lies her friends told her. Nkem had never cheated on her. This was a wake-up call, a bitter one. As the tears began to flow, she knelt before her husband, begging for forgiveness. Nkem looked down at his wife, his heart aching. He could see the sincerity in her eyes, the deep regret for what she had done. Nkem didn't want to punish her, he wanted her to learn the value of love and respect. Slowly, he pulled her into his arms and whispered softly, "I've always loved you, Adana. Love is not about money or status. It's about loyalty and trust. Never forget that." From that day forward, Adana changed. She sent a message to her friends, telling them that their friendship had caused her pain and nearly destroyed her marriage. Adana vowed to always respect her husband, regardless of the trials they faced. What can we learn from Nkem and Adana's story? It's a powerful reminder that material wealth is temporary, but love and respect are the true treasures of a marriage. Never let external influences cloud your judgment. True love is built on trust, loyalty, and understanding, not just money. Nkem showed us that sometimes, you need to take drastic measures to make someone see the truth, but always with love and wisdom. So, what would you have done in Nkem's shoes? Would you have been able to forgive your partner, or would you have walked away? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that touch the heart and mind. Stay tuned for the next tale, one that will leave you thinking long after the video ends.